Hi Leo, welcome to your April 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what's going on for Leos. For your actions and interactions with the world at large this month, you get the Page of Swords. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of communication this month. There's going to be a lot of phone calls, emails, text messages, but there's also going to be a lot of meetings. It looks like there's going to be a whole bunch of conversations and possibly even discussions as well. So, well, obviously, because I just said that. But what I will say as well, there's going to be meetings and possibly interviews for some of you. So for those of you that are thinking about changing the job, for those of you that are applying for new jobs, etc., this bodes very, very well for you. It does suggest that there is a great energy here for all of this kind of stuff. Now, I will say this, over the course of the month, you may be a little bit more forthright than usual. You might be a little bit more feisty or a little bit more fired up. One of the things that I want you to be aware of is that this month you might find that I don't want to say your reactions, but I think maybe some of the ways that you put things forward. Remember, the Page of Swords is not always an easy energy. Sometimes the Page and the Swords, the Page and the Knight of Swords have quite a lot in common. The Page of Swords can sometimes be, challenges. Sometimes it's where conflicts arise, and it's usually like the petty squabbles. Pay attention this month, like to what comes up, because if you find that arguments are happening, sorry to say, Leo, and I have a Leo ascendant, it may be you this month. Maybe it's not everybody else. So find a way to really observe the conversation and the communication that's happening so that you don't, it's almost like you don't want to blame everybody else, especially if it's coming from a place within you. And the reason I say this is because it might be that something triggers you this month. You just need to be aware of that. But there are definitely chances for interviews. There are definitely chances for big communications, big discussions. It's going to be a packed month when it comes to communications this month, and a lot of it is led by you, which is really great. But just be aware that the way that you're received this month may tell you a lot about the way that you're actually presenting yourself. For your money and materials, you have the Devil card. Okay, so it could definitely be a month where we are overindulging when it comes to the spending. It may be a month where you are overindulging on the physical level as well, whether that's, sex, drugs, rock and roll, alcohol, food, like whatever your vices or addictions are, could very well be quite present this month. It also suggests to me that maybe this month you're, if you're anything like me, maybe eating your feelings. It's been known to happen. This could be something that you want to watch out for, all right? Because whatever mental stress or challenges you are under this month, it might manifest itself in another way, especially with the Devil card in your money and materials, because that's your home, it's your finances, it's your physical body. So that's one way that this could show up. Another way that this could show up, you could be so hell-bent on making more money, increasing your yield, like that you find that you're literally just working. You have to find moments to switch off this month. If you already have workaholic tendencies, this month they may get the better of you. So you just need to be aware that that energy is kind of floating about as well. All right. The more conscious of these things that you are, the better it's going to be for you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this could be a month of overindulgence. I just want you to be aware of that, especially like for those of you that are here in the UK. Everything starts to open up as of the 12th of April, right? And we know what's going to happen. Right? Say what you like. Everyone's like, no, I'm sure it'll be a calm affair. Everyone's just going to be everywhere, right? So again, find a way to have what you want, enjoy what you want, but do find a way to include, or at least pretend to include, some form of moderation. When it comes to your home and environment, I've said this over and over, and I think this month, when it comes to your home and environment, something may spill over. So, and again, just ask yourself, where is this frustration, anger, discomfort actually coming from? You might feel like you've got, ants in your pants, or you might just feel like your feet are itching, like, just get me out, like, I don't want to be here anymore. Find a way to alleviate that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Three of Swords. Something is coming to an end, or something is being removed this month. Now, it may have something to do with the home and environment. So this could be, this could be literally like you deciding, you know what, I've had enough of where I am, I'm moving. This could be another way, like on a more positive note as well, the way that this could play out. This could be literally you knocking a bad habit on the head. This could be whatever your vices are. Maybe this month you say, right, I'm quitting smoking. I don't. Maybe you say, you know what, I'm quitting alcohol. Maybe you say, you know what, this month I'm not gonna overindulge. One of the ways that this whole energy could play out, though, you could go to like the complete opposite extreme. So it's like, if your vice is to maybe eat a lot, or maybe eat bad foods, this month you could say, right, that's it, I'm going on a complete detox. And you could find yourself being so rigid to this new way of doing things that becomes the new obsession, that becomes the new addiction. Just be aware of that this month, because if you suddenly start, right, no sugar, no carbs, no nothing, and you start just cutting everything out, for the first 2-3 weeks of that, you're going to be a whole arsehole. I'm sorry to say. Like, have you ever seen somebody on the day 3 of a detox? Oh my gosh, not pretty. Just be aware. Now, when it comes to communications themselves, the Three of Swords could see a few things. Be careful of being dismissive this month. What is important to other people, you might at face value kind of dismiss, and that could come across as either rude, patronizing, or at absolute worst, people could just be like, whoa, okay, what is with you at the moment? Communications looks like it might be a challenge, but there's so much of it going on that you are going to have to put something in place this month to see yourself through it. All right, it's just, maybe you're changing your mind. Maybe this is about you saying, right, you know what, I want to get more self-focused, I want to get more self-directed. And but you have to do this at a pace, because if you just start slashing and cutting everything and everyone out, people are going to be like, okay, what's happening? Is this a midlife crisis? Are you having a breakdown? Find a way to manage what you're trying to put in place. When it comes to the work and the profession, something is coming up for review this month. So maybe you're letting go of a previous revenue stream. For some of you, this could literally be you leaving the job that you're at for something new. Like I said, there's interviews and whatnot coming up this month, which is great. So yeah, just be aware that energy is kind of floating around. For your heart and half, you have the Ten of Swords. So it's going to be a challenging month, all right? And, I talked about this briefly in the Cancerian reading. Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. This year, it's the fixed signs that are getting smashed this year. The previous year, 2020, it was more the cardinal signs. There was a lot going on for them. This year, it's going to be the fixed signs that really feel the intensity, the challenges, and this kind of just spells a lot of that out. Now, for those of you that are single, any of you that have been in situationships, any of you that have observed or noticed personal patterns with, around, or in relationships that you tend to get into, this could be a month where you really put a stop to that, which could be really positive. This could be great, because you could be really saying to yourself, right, I do this, this, and this in relationships, and those things I personally feel are not good for me or anybody I might be connected to. I'm stopping that now. But don't do it from a place of, right, bam, just like this. Make sure that it's a process, not an event. When it comes to those of you that are partnered or in relationships, It's the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. This is going to be a deciding month for relationships for Leo. If you are with the right person, if this relationship truly works for you, if this connection is right for you, this month I think you're going to have a stronger handle and understanding of this stuff than probably ever before. So if you do find that something comes to an end this month of a relationship or a partnership, it's not going to be something new. It's not going to be like it just comes out of nowhere suddenly. This will be the amalgamation and the completion of a whole bunch of thoughts, processes, and decisions. Like, this will be you reaching that point where it's like, no, I've done enough analysis to know that this isn't just a knee-jerk reaction. It's time. But remember what I said with this Page of Swords, the way that you do things, the way that you say things this month is everything. So if you are ending a relationship, try to do it in a way that is amicable for both you and them, so that there's no sort of damage left behind. All right, so for your first week of the month, you have the High Priestess. Some new piece of information or insight is coming up this month, and this might be even an opinion that somebody voices about you. It might be an opinion that you voice about somebody else, but something that has been relatively unspoken up until now is coming out this month, especially this first week of April. It's like there's a grand reveal through a conversation that you have. Another way that this could come up as well, this could be an opportunity or some... Another way that this could show up for a lot of Leos as well is something that you're doing in the first week of April. It's like you're not telling anyone about. This is a very personal, very private plan that you are putting into motion or into action, very much behind the scenes. Remember though, especially if this is going to affect somebody else in a negative way, nothing stays hidden for long. All right, there are three things, as they say, that cannot long stay hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. So you just want to be aware of that this month. For your second week of the month, you have the Magician card, right? So there is potential for good money this month. There is the potential for spikes in resources. There is the potential for amazing things to happen with money this month, which is great. You just need to be sure and aware that there is also a very heavy potential for overdoing it with the spending. You know, let's say you decide, right, okay, I need new pots and pans. And rather than going and buying a set that is functional and, relatively decent price, you say, no, I need the best. I need and it's like, before you know it, you spent $2,000 on pots and pans. And it's like, did you really need the $2,000 set? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you a professional chef? Did you need that? No, probably not. Now, there is another signature here that I want you to be aware of. The High Priestess coupled with the Magician card, that is, so this first 2 weeks of the month could see you delving into some sort of spiritual practice, maybe starting a new course of something to do with the occult or the mystical, astrology, numerology, tarot, anything of that nature, anything that is in the sort of mystical / spiritual or possibly even magical realm. So, great. For your third week of the month, you have the Sun card. Finally, some light here. So it looks like whatever challenging conversations you have this month, the completions and the endings and the culminations that are being put into motion, they end amicably. There's a strong sense here of, you know what, I love you, but, or, this has been great until now, but, like, it's like whatever you go on to do is blessed, because whatever you're doing to release or to close something down, you're doing it in a way that is, is beneficial for everybody, that's open. The Sun card is bringing a little bit of a smoother edge to everything this month, which is great. And this third week of the month, I think, is going to see things really start to lighten. So if the first 2 weeks of this month are busy and intense, just know that there is hope on the horizon. And then for your fourth week of the month, you have the Hanged Man. Okay, so this could be a family member that needs assistance. This could be news of a death, not you know, and again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's close to you. It could be somebody that you know, somebody that you know through association, could be that. But the other way that this could play out as well, this could literally see you saying on a soul level, I know what I'm ready for, and this isn't it. This could see you really being very honest with the people that you're connected to, especially on that partnership and relationship level. If you're in a relationship and there are no problems, challenges, or issues in that connection, this really suggests that something that you guys have been dealing with together is now about to see its end. Remember, the Ten of Swords is the completion, it's the end, but it can also be the, you know, the bust up as well. Like, there's so many ways that you could read this pairing, but just something to be aware of. For those of you that are single, this is not the month for love. There will be more than enough time for that over the course of this year, but it's not now. All right. And then finally, your human design oracle card is the Gate 16, Enthusiasm. She's so cute. What I like about this is, at the heart of Leo, there is this childlike wonder energy. And it's very rare to, like, you know, every sign has good and bad in it. I know all of that. But it's very rare that you find a Leo that is truly out to harm people or goes in to hurt people. And I think if you can remember who you are at that deeper level, you will remember that there is that childlike sense of wonder within you, and having that enthusiasm for life is important. But it's also, I kind of feel like this card is basically saying, remember who you are. No matter what you face, no matter what the challenges are, remember who you are, because that's going to keep you acting in a, you know, from a place of beauty and also from a place of integrity. All right. With that said, I truly hope that this helps or speaks to you, or at least gives you some, you know, a heads up. I'm sorry it's not as light and warm and fuzzy as possible as it could be, but I would rather know. Forewarned is forearmed, right? With that said, take care, and I'll see you soon.